It's Tuesday night. Welcome to Jason's Model Shop, the place where I build sci-fi and pop culture models, replicas, whatever you want to call it. Mostly Star Trek. We get into other subjects, because it's more than just sci-fi, pop culture, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Top Gun. Anything that fits, so I can cover a broad range of topics while still remaining in kind of the entertainment sphere. Anyway, ready to go. Got my peace tea. Oh, this time I got strawberry lemon love, strawberry lemonade, because the regular stuff was not available. My ketchup chips, because rituals are important. Oh, where were we? You know what? Let's shed a little light on the subject. Come here, you. And see where we left off. Right. We did a bunch of fiber optics to get the windows lit up. And I'm going to show that off, because I really like the Bussard collector on this. That's kind of a cool design, kind of something interesting they did. And I'm down with it. So, we laid out our fiber optics. I had to make some changes because of the way things were laid out to make everything fit. So I kind of lost two of them, but I can live with that. Wiring still needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but I'm kind of worried with that once we get into the upper half. Hey, Lord Ruthven, thanks for joining. Thank you for that. You can see more on my Instagram. I kind of post semi-regularly over there as well, and TikTok. This is just so I can kind of build freeform. I can just pick a model and go where the build takes me. But yes, Lord Ruthven, how are you? What is up tonight? And what do we got? What do we got? So we're going to be drilling more windows tonight, actually, for this, and do the photo etch on the upper saucer. Just going to slide that out of the way. One unfortunate thing happened, though. This is jumping ahead a little bit. This is the deflector. The center piece, the center photo etch piece, I lost. I must have dropped it, and the room has picked it up, so it's gone. So I'm gonna have to do something there, or I might just leave it until I can afford to order another set of photo etch for one piece, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I will say though that this really sets it off. This is actually quite nice, and this is going to be a bit brighter. But yeah, the idea is to basically keep the light to a minimum, so it's not blown out. So I may have to open up the back of this a little bit to get the LED right to the back here. So I want to highlight kind of illuminate the plastic, which is why I painted the back of the dish the copper it's supposed to be. It should be, instead of just being a whole illuminated piece. I only want the open areas done, but that's probably going to be next week or later this week, because this is the primary thing here. So I'd like to get the saucer together so I can do some painting, and then I've already done all the prep on the secondary hull, so it's just a matter of windows and lighting, and then put it together. Then pin wash to highlight all the details. I got these decals from GCals, and all these big race panels, these big repair patches. I'm going to do a slightly different color, and I'm not going to put the Aztecing over it. I'm going to cut around it, which will be a little bit of a challenge, but not impossible. Just to really show the contrast there. Anyway, so I think we might actually start with photo etch today. So we got two pieces. So we got for here and those hatches. And I said I'm a bit bummed that I lost the centerpiece for that, but we'll figure it out one way or the other. Still kind of sucks. So don't need that in there. And what am I doing? Still need this. So photo etch, we've done a bunch of it. I've talked about it before. I enjoy photo etch. It's engaging enough. And whoops, easy. That's probably how I lost the piece originally. Okay, we need a couple things. We need some crazy glue and a knife. That's actually for after. That's the insert for the bridge dome. And you know what? I think we'll start with this. There we go. So yeah, there's nothing I have to do. It's just these are going to go right on top of those. So that's actually nice and easy. So I've done photo etch a number of times. Actually, I'm going to get the file out just in case. The goal when I cut it is to, let's see if I can get this. So just like a regular plastic sprue, there's points where it's connected to the base, or the plate, whatnot. So I want to cut those as close to the piece as possible, just so that I can potentially get away with not having to do any finishing or touch up on it to make sure that everything's good. And let's take a look. Alright, well that turned out alright. There's no jagged spots where it was attached. So we're going to call that good. And that's honestly just because I'm a lazy modeler. And I like to keep the pace going, because sometimes when things don't move, it can be very deflating. Like the if any other builders are out there, they're probably familiar with the situation where you work and work and work all day, and then nothing appears to be different at the end, and you're like, what the shit? Alright, let's check something here first. Sometimes these are, you got some glue inside that doesn't allow it to flow. Then you give it a good squeeze and it all comes out. Alright, and on you go. Also, lining up is a bit of a pain because the crazy glue wants to dry fast, right? Sometimes they're good. What I've been doing when I do have bare plastic is I've actually been using model glue. Because what? Really? This is what we're going to be doing tonight? Bear with me a minute here, because Some nights this works just fine. It's like 100% I'm going to connect to your computer. No problems. And other times it's like, no. Nope, we're not doing that. Sorry, just a second. There we go, mostly. And all right. So, a little tech issue, not uncommon. And I don't like that. Why are you being like that? I need to get... Let's hold that down, see if we can get the bond. What the shit? Sometimes it can be a real arsehole. What I was saying was, when I have bare plastic, I use hobby glue model cement because it melts the surface. Then you can actually press the photo etch into it. I did that all on the, that's pretty much exclusively what I did in the shuttle bay of the Refit Enterprise, the commission build for a gentleman in Florida. Because this is the other thing I don't like about crazy glue. I cannot find ones that have the needle tip here in Ottawa. So I have a certain lack of control for spots like that, which is why I tried to apply it to the back. But sometimes they say we get a situation here where it's like, nope, I'm not going to bond. I'm going to be a little butthole because... Anyway, that's better, and so there's still... And that's the other thing, too, if you use too much, it doesn't bond. It takes forever to bond. You got to use just the right small amount. And now there are... I did see some disposable ones on the... that's a little better. Amazon... oops. Crazy glue. Excuse me. So I look up needle tip, nothing comes up. It shows me regular crazy glue. Like, thanks a lot. Also, Amazon.ca fucking sucks lately. Things I could get before I can't get now. Anyway, so there's these. See, I should actually order that. They're disposable. They're just attachments that go over the end, so I get some control over that. But yeah. So, moving on. This is super exciting, I'm sure. Watching me cut photo etch pieces. And this is the reason I try to do as much as possible prep work off screen. Painting specifically, because it's boring to watch. I mean, watching paint dry. Now we're going to try this again, see if we can apply just a little bit. So we can get a decent bond fairly quickly, but not so quickly that I can't move this around. Especially when it's slightly out of position. And I have to do that. Hopefully it's still somewhat active, but probably not. I think I lost it in that corner. Same spot. But it did bond to the rest of it. Oh, no, there it goes. I was lucky. So what happened, it didn't, because I loaded more on than I planned to. As it started to bond, I was able to reposition it, and it was still a little bit tacky. So it rebonded. But if you coat it, it will not dry fast. It'll dry eventually, but little tips and tricks. You learn along the way. Yeah, I'm gonna order those and see if that'll make my life a little bit easier. It would sure be nice if it did, because it's crazy glue is definitely part of the model maker's arsenal of adhesives. And does it send okay? Yeah, that's not too bad. That is not too bad. Man, we'll try this again. That looks like it's probably more than I wanted. So this may take a moment to set. Or maybe we'll get lucky. It'll go off fairly easily and quickly. And I think it did. Oh, so for those just joining, this is actually the green strawberry photo etch set. I have to keep doing this because I keep excess glue gets on the tips of this, and I need to keep cleaning it off. So this is the green strawberry photo etch set. It's a wonderful little set. Everything they make is pretty decent. And their turnaround for developing and putting products out is incredible. Just constantly working on stuff. I'm going to open a window because you know what? It's December and like 4 degrees out. But, you know, climate change isn't a thing. Alright, hopefully I'm not bumping this with my head. How's that? It looks like it's still picking me up okay. Just in case I'm getting muffled when I'm looking down. Yeah, photo etch, I really enjoy doing photo etch. And just the detail you can get into these pieces, I mean, might be hard to tell. Anyway, I'll put a photo on Instagram. As a matter of fact, I might do it while I'm live just to reinforce that I have an Instagram that I post on regularly. I do like Instagram, and it's been a very good platform for me. Virtually all of my commission build inquiries come through Instagram. I just finished one a few weeks ago, and took it down to Virginia, or took it down to Washington, D.C. Met my client at the Air and Space Museum in front of the Enterprise. That photo's on there, so that was a lot of fun. To just see how happy he was to get it, to see the excitement when receiving it, versus just dropping it in the mail. And then I got to tour around the Air and Space Museum for a little bit with my friend, and saw the Enterprise, saw a number of exhibits. Missed the big stuff. The Enterprise, the SR-71 are in Virginia, not DC. Anyway, let's add a post here. Next. What's up? What's up? Tech addicts. I'm live on Twitch, building the USS Kelvin and rocking the photo etch. There we go. Do that. I actually don't add the hashtags to the first post because it's shared over on Facebook, and I mean there's no sense having them over there. So I have a spreadsheet. I have a notes file with all the hashtags, but sometimes it's easier to just take them from a previous post. So copy paste, and boom, done and done, just like that. That's gonna need a little bit of cleanup. That won't be too bad. And a little bit too much in there. Let's see if I can open that one back up a little bit. We'll run some sandpaper over it when it's done. Oh yeah, I talked about this last time. I was trying to figure out why it wouldn't fit on the lower saucer over here. There's a great big warp right here. But they don't make them anymore, so there's no sense reaching out to Moebius, which now is owned, by Pegasus. Hopefully their qualities come up. I know they're really hitting the 2001 Space Odyssey stuff hard right now, and large-scale stuff. So I think a lot of people are quite happy with that. I was talking to my friend Jerry over at HDA Model Works, and he was encouraging me to get a space clipper, one of the new ones, the 172 scale. He'd made some custom decals for it and had mentioned that they were quite popular, and he thinks I could make a very nice piece. I might take him up on that, maybe not right away, because commissions are slow and regular work is slower than I'd like. I'm getting... Oops, come on. You can do it. I have not been working full weeks, which is not great. Now, it's given me a chance to plug away at some stuff, like, as I said, once again, the refit Enterprise commission. I really got to do a lot in the secondary hall today. So it's not all bad, but that is the only thing I've got going out, or going out the door. No, not going out the door yet. That's the only thing I have on the in the model shop for a client right now. done a number of quotes, which I'm very gracious to people for reaching out. It's nice that the quality of work is getting noticed. But I hear things are pretty tight in the U.S. right now, which means it's coming to Canada. There we go. Hearing the recession word thrown around a lot. Yeah, so hopefully things aren't too painful when, I hesitate to say if, when it hits. I said, quite frankly, it's quite possible it's hit now, just that, you know, the official numbers haven't. Anyway, that's not a conversation for this live stream. Anyway, point is, people are reaching out, and I surely appreciate it. And hopefully, one or two of those quotes will pan out, and I can make someone a one-of-a-kind piece of art, really. I didn't think of that before. It's a grill. Just blow out the openings. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I will clean. Obviously, these will be cleaned up before they. Before. What am I trying to say? Before I put some primer and paint on it. As I keep saying, peace tea. Don't be afraid to reach out. And snippy snip. So there's a little bit of Facebook drama in some of the Star Trek groups. Getting a whole bunch of spam. You know, oh, Dolly Parton died, and Billy Ray Cyrus died, and so-and-so died. It's all fake. It's all fake spam. It's a weird spam, though. I mean, obviously don't click on it. I don't know what the result is if you click on it. Anyway, in one of the groups, I can't remember which, Star Trek Modelers group, or Star Trek Model Builders group, whichever the smaller of them. And people are kind of hammering the admins, and some opportunists are jumping in and being really shitty about it. Now, part of the group, I'm not a huge active participant because, this keeps me busy. But I like to duck in and see what other people are building because there's a lot of great builders out there, and I like to, you know, get ideas for things I could be doing differently or better or whatever the case may be. Anyway, someone jumped in and was like, no, join our group. These admins are asleep at the wheel, and other assorted bullshit. Like, no, you gotta make this group private. I'm like, why? It's like, so you can check out who's coming in and keep the riffraff out. Like, that is gatekeeping. And the simple fact is, it's spam. Just ignore it. Like, we all know it's not a model thing. But then people, whoops, oh, we didn't want to do that. Jesus. Well, at least it bonded to the paint. You know, they're publicly posting like the admins need to ban this and make this group private. Like, you don't need to do a public post. You can just flag it and report it. If it's like most groups, I imagine the admins are volunteer people. It's not a paid job, especially in a small group. Like, use your fucking head. Anyway. If the owners want to leave it public, leave it public. If you don't like it, I hesitate to say, you know, if you don't like it, leave the group. But fundamentally, if you don't like it, leave the fucking group. Because there is a problem with private groups in that, quite frankly, they can be up their own asses. And the admins can pick and choose who they like, and they can decide what is or isn't a post that applies to such and such. And groups like that, the people who admin them, I feel like, are the worst kind of people. The people who would be on a homeowners association or a condo board. Anyone who gains even a modest amount of power over other people and overuses it. And gatekeeping is a problem, because what is modeling? One group's like, no Eagle Moss, that's not a model. Like, who cares? Who cares? Is it pieces and you assemble it? Is a representation of the thing when it's done? That is literally a model. Anyway, look, at the end of the day, I don't like gatekeepers and I don't like bullies. So, I'm not too worried about getting booted because I'm small and have no reach, but someone might see between the lines and rat out my opinions, and I might get booted, which, whatever. Like I said, I'm just not into gatekeeping and jumping into someone else's group and saying, oh, these admins are asleep at the switch and you should come over to my group, such and such. Like, that is fucking shitty. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Anyway, it is what it is. And like I said, yeah, it's a little irritating to see it, but I mean, whatever, just you ignore other people's posts all the time. What makes this any different? Anyway, so that's that. There is one particular admin I do not like. I left a group before, and I'll probably leave it again because of him. Because strict adherence to the rules is just a form of bullying. Yeah, the rules serve a purpose, but you don't bludgeon everyone over the head with it and make one little mistake. No, I'm not talking about the spam. The spam is another thing. Yeah, it needs to be moderated, but I mean, so what if they catch it the minute it goes up or an hour after it goes up? I will tell you what I really think, Aaron Marshall, because this is my stream and there might be 2 people watching. A little bit there. Oh, that's probably too much. Oh, that's going to cost me. There we go. I do like these. This photo. These little hatches are way better than the kit supplied ones. They have recessed detail versus the kit supplied ones have raised lines to represent the panel edges, and that's not good at all. Oh, come on now. There we go. So you can place that. So I put a lot of glue on this, but it's actually just kind of hanging on around the edge. Ugh. I can pull the muscle in my neck, doing nothing. So that's always awesome. Come here, you. A little cheap there. Okay, we won't be doing it that way. And this also has frames that go around the edge, so it gives it a raised look that really kind of just adds an extra dimension. This seems to be holding up pretty good now. Oh, don't do that. I'll have to clean that up. That's not too bad though. I prefer not have to do any cleanup, but it happens sometimes. Anyone who's worked with crazy glue knows. Oops, please don't bond yet. There we go. This bond together fairly well. If anyone has advice for better techniques on doing this, I am all ears. Like I said, I get the order up those little pipettes so that I can kind of get more precision application. There we go. So step one down. Step two was that. And I think we can lose the sweater tonight. Ooh, time for a chip break. Had a good, I'm trying to say, with the green strawberries provide extra frames. It's a more delicate part. So you're giving me an extra one. So a total of 2 extras. So if I fuck up, I'm covered. it didn't come all the way off. That's probably going to about do it for the photo etch for this. So, no, there's a couple pieces at the back, where the back of the pylons for the nacelle and secondary hull. All right. Oops. That's too much. There we go. That didn't go quite as smoothly as the bottom one. It sticks to your finger. It's a bit difficult to accomplish anything. Oops, happened again. A little too much glue. But we'll manage. See how that shows up. The frames are a little visible. Now I remember why I didn't like this here. Yeah. And all right, 3 to go. And there we go, glue it to my finger, which we didn't want to do. That's the thing, when you get just the right amount, it bonds super well. Okay, one more. Then we can move on to the hard work, which isn't too much. There's only windows, a few windows around the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, not bad. 9 per side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I can probably do this in 2. And much like the lower saucer, put those up here so they'll illuminate the dome without me having to add supplemental lighting. And there we go. Just like that. And that's pretty much the photo etch. Well, that's alright. So we're going to do the fiber optic lighting, and then these two halves can be assembled. I didn't pre-paint them because this sits inside, not on top of the saucer edge. There's going to be a whole seam to fill. Fix and fill. But then I can, once this is glued on, it's just going to run a set of wires up to obviously provide power for the secondary hole, and we can move on to that after this is done, obviously. But yeah, just coming along. Pack this up, and let's start looking at doing some drilling. I need to remember to move a power bar over here, so I can just plug in right beside my desk instead of reaching over. Well, got our trusty Dremel. This is a must, the Dremel 3000. The grip attachment, maybe, maybe not. I'm not finding it super convenient using it. The old stylus was basically a trigger grip thing like this, but the problem is this is all out of balance. It's all weighted back here, so it's really hard to... But you can get your finger around so you can have some control. Anyway, I'm looking for the 1/2 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half millimeter bit for 1/2 millimeter fiber optic strands. Well, this is going to be difficult. Also because it's flip-flopping around, I don't like that. That's a bit better. You know what? Let's make this a bit easier on ourselves. Now take off these raised bits, because they're raised for whatever reason. Alright, let's try this now. Be as careful as possible. And you want to keep an eye on your bit. Because if it gets plastic melted on it, it's going to make the hole bigger than it should be. That's going to cause you problems. I probably should be using a pin vise, but I'm not going to. This one will be fairly quick. 9 strands per side. Now, if you're lucky, what will happen, you get plastic on it, and it will go oversized, but it may melt while you're doing it, and like that one did, so you can still recover the smaller window port. Oh, Zalgovich M6B. Thank you, but no thank you. Oh my god. This is actually good. Hi, I want to offer promotion to your channel, of your channel. Nicely done. Viewers, followers, views. Chatbots, the price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Auto on. Incredibly flexible and convenient order management panel. Everything is in your hands. Turn it on, off, customize. Go to dogehype.com. And yes, sexbots 100%. Hit me up. Seriously, I would never buy views. I would never buy views. I have a story about someone who bought views. But I need to keep it vague so I don't get in trouble by outing someone for being a giant piece of shit. 1mm, 0.75, oops, 0.5 millimeter. There we go, it came unraveled a little bit. So a few years ago, so I'm also, I don't want to call myself, I don't really do filmmaking anymore. I do some. I'm more, not really a writer. I'm interested in how scripts and filmmaking work, but the shine is off the apple as far as making movies. But a few years ago, back in 2018, I was involved in a little mini-series called Schmurdy Schmuv. And they did... It was awful. It was awful. It was stupid. It was terrible. Heavy-handed. No sense of how to do the thing. The creator-producer didn't listen to anyone. They... actually, I had a friend who was also working on it who became a producer. And they were asked to fire another producer because the creator didn't want to, or co-creator actually. But that's something else. I was trying to set up the overall shittiness. Anyway, so they did their thing and they finished up, and they made an incredibly heavy-handed episode about sexual assault. Now the creator was an actor, and as such, their sexual assault story was far less... Look, all sexual assault is bad. Let's be clear on that. But in relative terms to the stories the other actors told, theirs was nothing, because the creator is I think there's Mary Sue, maybe? I don't know the right term, but you put yourself in, but you know, nothing bad happens to you because, you know, it's a proxy for you. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yep. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so they did this one, and that was the one they were sent to festivals. And the first episode didn't do too well on YouTube because short films don't do well on YouTube. YouTube's a search engine. And a short film is going to do worse than, say, a commentary channel. Anyway, so the first episode didn't do too well, and the second episode was slow to start, and then it picked right up. Picked way up. I wish I could remember how many views. It was a lot of views. And my friend, who's producer, called me up. He's like, "Oh, this is amazing." I'm like, "No, it's not. Those views were bought." He's like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "Because look at the view count." Look at how fast it's coming in. Something doesn't jive. Like, you can look at your analytics, and he's like, shit. 80% of the views are coming from a playlist in China. Anyway, I had suggested that they reach out to the creator. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 1, 2 more. They reach out to the creator and be like, hey, here's what's happening. We should take it down, do a post about it, and say, hey, this happened. We don't know how it happened, we don't know why, but we're good faith actors, so we're going to take it down and re-upload it. Maybe you'll watch it. You know, or I hope you'll watch it again. You know, have faith in us for, you know, catching something and calling it out and not being awful. Well, they decided to ignore that. And this person has a little lapdog. And that person reached out to my guy. He's like, hey, don't you stop talking like that, you know, you're stressing so and so out and whatnot. And like, alright, he bought the views. Because the guilty person always speaks first. Now I can get into all the reasons, you know, my own theories about why that he's a simp and is in love with the creator of this series. Anyway, blah blah. The point is, though, that it was he absolutely paid for the views. Has never admitted it, and it probably hurt the channel moving forward because of it. The ultimate point being, don't buy views, don't buy followers, don't worry about vanity metrics. Because 10,000 people, 10,000 fake followers is no benefit to you. 500 good followers is. As I said earlier, my Instagram is, besides YouTube, is my lowest performer. Like, I'm still making good gains over there. Instagram's been good to me. I enjoy the platform. I enjoy posting. I like using it. But it's half as strong as my TikTok, and I get no requests for quotes through TikTok. Oops. But my Instagram, that's where it's at. There we go. So my TikTok has 6,000 followers, and I'm sorry, I'm not even on screen here. TikTok has 6,000 followers, Instagram has 3,000, and Instagram is where I'm getting my engagements. The point is, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, as long as the followers you have are engaged. And that's why I will take organic growth, slow organic growth, over the other any day. And ultimately, don't buy views, don't buy follows, don't be a simp. Don't be a vain, shitty little simp who doesn't know how to make films because he doesn't abide the rules of filmmaking. Anyway, fuck that guy. I'm still salty about it. And, yeah. Don't be a simp. What are you laughing about out there? Okay. So, that's half done. We want this. So I want to lock these down somewhat. On you two, you go over there. Trying to get these all facing the same direction. Makes it a little easier. And we still got a fair amount sticking out. More than I need, but that's okay. Alright, get that side locked down and then repeat the process on the other side. That may not have bonded too well. Hopefully it'll stick around long enough for me to get the collar on there. As long as the collar's in the middle, then I'll be able to get that light. Now I do one there and one there. That'll be alright. I do like you working with fiber optics. I should also probably give a shout out to the YouTube channel Ben Builds. Let me bring this up here. Because Ben Builds USS Kelvin. Okay, so I had, you know what? Can I show this? I don't know if I can. I don't know how to use OBS very well, so we're going to do it this way. We're going to... where can I do this? I want to add an image. Browse desktop. Okay, so this channel, go give him a look if you think about it. I followed his Kelvin build. She's the only person I found who was really doing a really in-depth lit one, and his attempts at fiber optics showed me, made me think about how I would approach the same thing. So definitely go check that out. Yes, or remove the image. But yeah, Ben Builds. I believe he's over on HobbyLink International, the community forum, etc., etc. If he does, I need to reach out to him. But yeah, he did a really good build of this model, which kind of helped guide my build. We can probably shrink these down a little bit. One. Two. This is something I probably could have done off screen before. I do like using the flush cutters though, so I can get one side that's in good shape. 3. 4. Six. 7. 8 and 9. There we go. Okay, we're going to do this and try to keep the curve going that way. And yeah, this is just a lot of threading. So yeah, I think we're gonna go, oh yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit long tonight. Mostly because I don't have any work tomorrow till midday. And then the rest of the week, who the fuck knows? Oh shit, I need to paint the bridge first. So we're gonna do most of this. I gotta paint the bridge first so I don't have to mask the windows afterwards. So I can actually just paint this section before I lock down the fibers. Well, at least lock down the collar for the fiber optics. Because unless I can buy paint masks, I don't like masking because I hate the sound. Oh, you gotta cut and lay out the Jesus Christ, lay out the masking tape, cut it, recut it, put a million pieces on. Ugh. No, give me a set I can buy anytime. Plus the vinyl ones that Jared HDA makes are pretty wonderful. I've been using them on the second Pilot Enterprise, and I keep forgetting to put on multiple light coats, so I just keep loading the paint on, and there has been no bleed. So I've got nothing but good things to say about that. As I said before, you can check that out on my Instagram, my TikTok, at Jason's Model Shop. Same handle everywhere on social, although I'm probably going to delete my Twitter because fuck Twitter. Okay, let's do this again. As said in previous videos, this UV reactive resin is kind of my go-to for just about everything. I mean, it's great for windows, but instead of using hot glue, I've been using this, although I'm finding its bond ability isn't as good as it could be. So I may have to reconsider that, but for now it's okay. Alright, we can put you away. Oh wow, this is almost done. Huh. I've never used an entire roll of fiber optics before. Because these things go forever. There we go. Not much left, only 3 rounds. Okay, so we're probably not going to need this again. Over here. Move the Kelvin over. Set that aside for now. That aside for now. Keep you guys handy. Alright, helping hands. What did I use on this? I think I might have used 520s, 510s. Green, purple, black, black, purple. Okay, yep, 510s. Not the 470s. Two of these. And pick the correct one here. Should be that one. Yeah. Need 2 resistors. Using 510 ohm. 470 is actually the perfect one for it, but I'm running low on those, and the resistance value, the difference is so low, it is negligible, and light output. Yeah, so I'm going to line it up and have them all set to go. But I'm not going to lock down the collars until I put the dome in. So for a lot of people this will be old hat. We're going to pre-tin these, pre-tin the resistors, attach them, and then probably use up the rest of this too. Just wait for that to come up to temperature. There we go. Nope, not hot enough. Alright, watch me eat chips for a minute or two. Alright. Let's see, that's got her now. That's better. Oop. So probably a review for a lot, but this is pre-tinning, which is getting solder onto the leads. So trying to do it afterwards. The resistor I do not, excuse me, have to do the entire lead because they get trimmed way down anyway. One resistor. Maybe we'll listen to a little twisted resistor. And we're not quite done yet. First things first, let's make sure they work. Let there be light. Yep, okay. I'm going to use my new snips my mother-in-law sent me, unexpectedly, after watching my last stream, and watching me strip the wires with my teeth. So I have a tendency to not remember things. So like I need a pair of wire strippers. Every time I do this, I'm like, I need a pair of wire strippers. And then I don't get a pair of wire strippers. So she took care of that for me. And same thing here. I pre-tin all our leads. Tug test, all good. Okay. I actually just reordered this stuff. I really prefer it, the 30 gauge with the Teflon insulation. It's just much more forgiving than the other stuff, which is very rigid. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Come on now. Okay, that should be all we need that for. I don't need that. Razor saw. Do this at 1 inch. Actually, we will keep the helping hands. Just to lock these LEDs in there. Oops, a little bit of drip, but that's okay. All right. And then oops. Trying to get all those in there. Hey, one down, one to go. Oh, I'm going to take some more off of that. Actually, even more. I want that a bit further over. So what this will give me then, once I do lock them down, is a really good diffused light right under the dome, so that'll illuminate the thing. So yeah, now let's hook these up to power and see how we did. Oh, come here, you. Okay. And there we go. And yeah, once everything's pinned, I'll trim them back nice and close to the hull. And there we go. And I think that's going to do it for tonight. That's a bit longer than usual. But fundamentally, this is ready to, pretty much ready to get these two halves put together. Then we're in the home stretch, because I did say I'm going to do this for the HobbyLink International 2022 Star Trek group build. Oh, speaking of which, My friend Kenny Conklin runs HobbyLink International. They are on TikTok now, so go check him out. Took a bit of convincing, but he got there on his own. It's a good community, steadily growing. They do these group builds, so yeah, I took part in that one. So I had to get this one done by the end of the month. So I will see you again on Friday, and we'll put these two halves together. I will take care of the painting on this and the installation of the glass between now and then, and we'll put this together and start working on the secondary hull. Alright, I still don't have a sign off, nothing funny, nothing inspirational, so I guess I'll see you next time.